I'm Lisa Pickering, and welcome to CITV's Press Talk. Here's your most recent news and information from the Government of Bermuda.
Good afternoon, members of the media. I'm absolutely delighted to be here this afternoon to be with you, joined by my honourable colleague, the Acting Minister of Tourism, and Senator Ball, the Junior Minister of Tourism, and to my left, Frank Del Rio, the CEO of Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, and Colin Murphy, the Senior Vice President, Destination and Strategic and Development, and P.S. Francis Richardson of Tourism and Transport. Since initiating the first Caribbean cruise 50 years ago, NCL has blazed a trail of innovation in the cruise industry. And quite simply, the Norwegian Cruise Line is one of our most respected and longest-serving partners here in Bermuda. Over the years, the global cruise industry continues to be a booming and evolving one, and current travel industry statistics indicate that the Caribbean region, the world's largest and most economically important cruise market, is poised to continue capturing the majority of the global cruise passengers. The cruise market is critical to Bermuda's economy. In 2015, cruise passengers alone have estimated to be spent $45.3 million on excursions, meals, souvenirs, and of course other visitor-related experiences. Both the Government of Bermuda and NCL believe that if we are to continue to prosper in a very highly competitive cruise and leisure market, then maintaining strong, lasting, and mutually beneficial partnerships is a critical must. Today, in the spirit of that partnership, I am pleased, along with my colleagues, to announce that the Bermuda government and NCL have extended our partnership through 2022. And over these next several years, in our effort to meet the demands of an ever-changing industry, and of course, to enhance the visitor experience, NCL will undertake a series of initiatives as part of our agreement. I'm sure that everyone in Bermuda is well aware that St. George's occupies a unique pride of place as part of our Bermuda's heritage. It was the site of the island's first settlement and has achieved the distinguished status of being named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In recent years, regrettably, the Old Town has not seen the type of visitor influx which was once commonplace. However, my colleagues and I have worked incredibly hard to ensure that St. George's once again becomes that premier visitor destination. Our commitment to St. George's is evidenced by the success in securing a hotel development on the site of the old Club Med property. And today, I am pleased to announce that NCL has agreed to provide a minimum of 12 cruise ship calls to the historic town per year from 2017 to 2022. And we believe that this will aid greatly in the continued revitalization of St. George's. Another highlight of the agreement is that NCL, in consultation with the Department of Marine and Port Services, will commission the construction of 2 new ferries. Meetings have already commenced to expedite construction and, of course, the delivery of these vessels. There are other great initiatives in the agreement which we are about to sign, but one of the last aspects that I would like to point out is the commitment by NCL to provide $150,000 a year for initiatives to improve the cruise guest experience in concert with the Bermuda Tourism Authority. This will take effect immediately and also runs through the contract period to the end of 2022. So overall, the Government of Bermuda believes that today is a good day for Bermuda tourism. Ultimately, it is an excellent demonstration that if individuals, groups, or organizations who want the best of Bermuda can come together in the spirit of partnership and cooperation, great things can happen. I want to take this opportunity to extend my thanks and appreciation to Frank and Colin and the entire NCL family, not only for their willingness to collaborate, but for their continued confidence in Bermuda. And before turning it over to Frank to say a few words, I want to thank the Ministry of Tourism and Transport and P.S. Richardson for your continued work to help us fulfill government policies and initiatives And I also want to take this opportunity to thank former Minister Crockwell for the good work he did in the time he was Minister of Tourism and Transport. So Frank, welcome to the podium.
Premier, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you again, Premier Dunkley. I am thrilled to be here with you today to confirm that we will be extending our long-standing agreement with Bermuda. You know, as the Premier noted, we have been sailing to your wonderful country for many years, and our guests are absolutely captivated by this spectacular destination. Your beautiful beaches, outstanding golf courses, and mesmerizing activities, and most importantly, your wonderful, happy, and seemingly always smiling people give our guests reasons to return time and time again. And we will do so, as the Premier mentioned, through the 2022 cruise season, with 2 Norwegian ships calling each year on the Royal Naval Dockyard, one sailing from New York City and the other one from Boston, along with at least 12 calls per year from our upper premium and luxury brands, Oceania Cruises and Regent Seven Seas Cruises, into St. George's. We will also be investing here in Bermuda, working in cooperation with the Bermuda Tourism Authority to improve what is already a world-class 5-star guest experience. In addition, and as the Premier mentioned, we will purchase and sponsor the operation of 2 catamarans, each capable of carrying up to 250 guests from Dockyard across the island to St. George's, where our guests can explore, shop, dine, and make the most of their time in Bermuda. It is my sincere pleasure to be here today to finalize this agreement with our wonderful partners, and we look forward to many more years of working together to showcase the beauty and charm of Bermuda to the over 160,000 guests that we have the privilege of bringing to this magical island each year. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Is Hamilton involved in any of this?
Our focus has obviously been on trying to strengthen the cruise experience from one end of the island to the other. Obviously, Hamilton plays a large part in that. Through the announcements that both Frank and I made, there'll be at least 12 in St. George's. We continue to look at the opportunity not only to increase the 12 in St. George's, but to bring more into Hamilton. And
23 calls per year to Hamilton next year.
You can come behind and say it, but as Mr. Hanbury says, there are 23 calls in total to Hamilton next year. And so this is a work in progress, and you know, I have to commend the BTA and the PS Richardson for the work that's been done. I think most Bermudians will realize that the smaller cruise ships are more and more unique nowadays, and we've had some challenges in the past, and we've worked very hard over the past couple of years to make it happen. So it's been a collaborative effort that has borne some fruit, and we look for some more good news announcements about that.
Will you need to do any channel opening or widening?
Not for the current ships that we have scheduled to come in. That's something that's still under consideration where we go in the future on this. We wanted to make sure that something happened now, and so thankfully to our partners that they've allowed that to take place. You've seen some great improvements in 2015, 2016, 17 we bump it up a bit more, and we'll continue to look at other opportunities. But we're very excited about this announcement now. And if any discussions that take place in that regard, Brian, we'll make sure that we keep the public informed and get their input as well.
And the $150,000, any idea what that will be spent on?
Why don't I let Bill, BTA, and Colin speak to that a bit.
Colin,
Bill? Yeah, both of you gentlemen.
Sure.
Come in, Bill.
Sure. Please. You know, we've agreed that we will sponsor projects in cooperation with the BTA. We know that there's lots of opportunity to improve some of the great facilities that are already available. So really we're just in the early stages, and it's something we'll be exploring together.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we do 2 things there. One, we enhance the overall tourism product with the resources that NCL will provide, but also we enhance the product for their customers also. So whatever we're going to do is going to be beneficial to NCL, but also beneficial to the overall tourism product.
The PTA can take a bit of credit for this. It's been a long haul.
I think this is a collective effort between government and the BTA. We've worked very closely with NCL over the last several months to negotiate this agreement, but But for the strong support of government and the Premier and the Ministry, it would not have happened. There was some concessions made on both ends of this deal, and we're grateful for those concessions, because it can only help the economy. It will only help the tourism economy. And I think it's very, very important that we continue to focus on the cruise line industry, particularly these upscale vessels that will come. That provides a tremendous boost to the overall economy, and retailers, restaurateurs, purveyors of services to the tourism economy highly benefit from our cruise line industry. So we're grateful to NCL to continue this commitment with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me just point out one more thing. Trevor, I know you had a question. In regard to the catamaran ferries, two things that I'd like members of the media and people of Bermuda to focus on a bit here. So while we've announced at least 12 calls into St. George's from 2017, the two new ferries that we're in the process of working through now will work from Dockyard to St. George's. So you'll get extra lift in that way. Through the good work of the Ministry of Transport, we've worked to get the ferry service to the best of our ability. You know, at times when we've had the ships in, there's been a real pull on our resources. This will help get the people the visitor experience they need, and St. George's being that UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's critical that we get the traffic in and out to take advantage of a unique experience they can have in the east end of the island. Frank? Yeah.
The market is calling for the large cruise ship vessels. What size vessel, what the capacity, and what's the age of this vessel that's going to be?
Coming into St. George's? We're very fortunate at the Oceania brand and our Regent Seven Seas brand. These are the premier cruise brands in each of their respective categories, the ultra luxury category and the premium category. These vessels are in the 700 passenger capacity range. They were built sometime between 2000 and 2003. We have a brand new ship coming out in July from the Regent brand called Seven Seas Explorer, which is a 750 passenger ship, and which will be, without question, the most luxurious cruise ship ever built. And we hope to bring her to Bermuda as well in the winter of 17-18. But the vessels that will be coming to Bermuda on a confirmed basis for 2017 will be the Oceania Regatta, the Oceania Serena, the Oceania Insignia, and the Regent Seven Seas Mariner. These are all five-star vessels. They carry folks primarily from North America, wealthy people. They spend a lot of money to come on these vessels. And what's good for the economy of Bermuda is that they will spend 2 and 3 days on the island, and they've got deep pockets. And they love to spend their deep pocket money on whatever it is that you have available. And I know there's a lot of opportunities here for the shopkeepers and the retailers and the restaurateurs to be very happy with them.
You've been watching Press Talk on CITV. Join us next time for all your government news and information. I'm Lisa Pickering.